July 2nd, I'm asking you in the Coast Salish way to act as witnesses, and you tell one person who will tell another person that we have traditional and inherent leaders, traditional leaders that are going to join the Indian Act leaders to stand up for our inherent rights and titles to clean air, clean water, and clean soil. You are asked to witness Vancouver. We want this to go international. I'd like to thank all the speakers before, but July 2nd will not be about making speeches. It will be about showing our songs, our dances, and our stories, and our paint, and our drums. We will be moving into the streets to show Harper and Clark governments that we will continue to stand up for our Mother Earth. I want to take a time now to say thank you. Thank you to Mary Point for allowing me to make this very important and ongoing discussion with Harper. And we need to let Harper know at the grassroots level that we mean it. We don't want that oil or that tanker or the bitumen or anything ruining our water. I'm thanking the Tsleil-Waututh, the Musqueam, and the Squamish for allowing me to make an announcement. I am Coast Salish Stalo. We are 54 tribes strong as Coast Salish. I'm asking every Coast Salish to come out on July 2nd. Be seen, be heard. Every day wear your regalia, not just during our own traditional gatherings. I'm saying be seen. Wear our cedar, wear our regalia. Let the Indigenous people be seen and heard on our own lands. I heard my Grand Chief, Stuart Phillip, talk about those people who have defended in the courts. I made a comment during the Truth and Reconciliation gathering that I too have battled with my son, Queese Hamilton, and my daughter, Siam Hamilton, to defend our fishing rights. That lasted 9 long years, and I'm still standing. I've been in the courts. I beat Canada. Come and help beat Canada again. The speakers before me, thank you for sharing your words. Ossian.
Sorry, I don't want to stand on that table. So when we talk about direct actions, we're not talking about a bunch of spoiled kids coming up in from the suburbs and destroying the city because their hockey team lost. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about letting you know we're still here, we're not happy, we're protecting our water, our rights, our food, and we're going to make ourselves seen and heard, yes. Our next speaker is another hero of mine, Brigitte de Pape. Where are you? I think that not everyone realizes the gravity of what Ms. de Pape did when she was a page in Parliament. Spent a lot of money going to school for a long time to to get a good job like that, and then you take a stand and walk away from it all. So these are the kind of allies that we need on the front line. So please.
How's everybody doing? All right. How's everybody feeling about the Enbridge decision today? How about this crowd gathering here today? You all are amazing. My name is Brigitte, and I moved here from Ottawa. And I did that because I knew that it was here, it was you, it was the First Nations people here that are capable of stopping Harper's destructive energy agenda. I want to acknowledge the Musqueam, the Tsleil-Waututh, the Squamish people for their incredible struggle against colonization, and that continues today, and that is what the Enbridge pipeline represents. I want to thank the First Nations people who are leading this struggle. I want to thank all of you, the people who have been working on this for years, giving your heart and soul to this battle. Thank you.
Thank you.
Today, we waited with dreaded anticipation for Harper to make his decision. And to think he had the nerve to approve the Enbridge Northern Gateway pipeline. To think that he had the nerve. But just because he approved that pipeline does not mean it will be built. Was it a democratic decision to say yes to this pipeline? No! When 2/3 of British Columbians have clearly voiced their opposition.
More than that.
And more than that.
More than that.
Was it respectful of First Nations communities when 130 First Nations communities have opposed this project? No! Was it a sound environmental decision?
No!
When the tar sands are polluting First Nations communities in Alberta, Fort Chip, Fort Mackay, people are dying of cancers. Was it a smart environmental decision when the tar sands are fueling climate change, displacing hundreds of thousands of people all around the world? And yet Harper says that it's okay because it's good for jobs and it's good for the economy. Whose economy? We're talking about 200 permanent pipeline operations jobs. And we're talking about losing thousands of jobs in tourism, in fisheries, people who depend on their livelihoods. Like my friend Arnie, who lives up north, who's a fisherman, who depends on that delicious salmon. We are talking about destroying, potentially, an entire economy. $140 million economy. So even on Harper's terms, this is a bad decision. Is it a strong decision politically when we just saw a poll that 40% of people are less likely to vote for Harper now that he's approved the pipeline? Serves him right. And it will be the same for the other MPs if they choose to support this.
Send them a message.
There is another way. There is a wonderful way. There is a green energy revolution happening in places all over the world. In places like Spain, where their top energy source is coming from wind. In places like Germany, with solar and wind energy. There's a much more sane way.
Green energy.
And we can have more sane relations with the land, equal relations with the land. We can learn from Indigenous brothers and sisters about what sane relations with the land actually looks like and follow them.
That's the future.
We know there's another way, and we can transition towards that way. It is possible. What's exciting is that 20,000 people have signed the Hold the Line pledge. We see